もう会えないと思ってた。まで気づけなくてごめんなさい。私のために、ミア。フィリア姉さん。
I am so excited to have chosen this show this season. We're just eating so good. Episode number 10. What an incredible show. What an incredible episode. I know that maybe not all of you feel this way, but if you did, please shout out in the comments. Like, what emotionality, what emotions? Like, emotions were at an all-time high this episode. And like, I can't sit here and lie to you guys. That moment with Mia, like that whole 5-minute segment with Mia imagining what it would be like going back to, I think, Panacorta with her sister and the life that she could potentially live, and basically like choosing her final moments and then deciding that would be nice, but I can't leave the people here. I can't sacrifice the people who didn't have a part in any of this. I have to protect the kingdom. She basically embodied what it means to be a saint in that moment. And she fought off all the demons, and she was like, F it. Like, I'm gonna have to use my life energy, but I'm gonna make sure that like these demons don't get through. As she's the alternative is, what could have been with her sister and stuff. And she does it. She lives up to that moment, and everybody sees her like pushing to 11, and they're like, no, we can't lose her. So she has all the people rally behind her. And thankfully, Philia makes it in time, just in time to save her sister. She's able to heal her. They share an incredibly emotional moment. And all that time, like, I'm tearing up. Like, I'm not full-blown crying, but I'm definitely like the tears, like it's a little more like just a little more moisture in the eyes and a tear could fall. Like, it was a really emotional and powerful moment, to me. And, she's there in Philia's arms, and Philia, pats her head, and she says, like, I just want to let you know, like, you are a true saint. And in that moment, it's just like everything that, Mia has understood, like, she's second, and she's like the backup, and she has saintly powers, but she's not her sister. And in that moment, just like that recognition, not only for the person that she loves the most, but like also the person that she admires the most, like recognizing her of like, yeah, this is like, you've made it. It was just such an emotional moment. And I was like, man, that's just so cool. And, again, Philia makes it in time just to save the kingdom and to save her sister. And I thought, of course, like, that's really, really cool. And I love that, like, she had to go against the prince of Panacorta, because he's like, I can't let you leave. He's like, I have to look out for my people. And then Prince Oswald's like, what do you want to do? And he's basically like, I love you, baby. I'll support you whatever you want. So he takes her to the kingdom. So she has to fight adversity and fight herself, and she went to a dark place. And then the episode ended, with the doo-doo prince basically reawakening the demon lord and taking on this stuff. So that stuff, not as important to me, but next episode is going to be all centered around them putting Prince Julius in his place, which he's now not even Julius. He's probably just the demon lord at this point who took over his body. And Philia has the soul of the original saint inside of her somewhere, and the demon lord fell in love with her. So that's a whole thing. So they'll probably overcome Julius and overcome the demon lord next episode and reseal him or whatever the case is going to be. That's all fine. But I think where the show shines the most is just like Mia and her adversity and overcoming it and being the saint. And what does that mean? And her sister and the revenge. And I felt like this episode, although last episode I wasn't a big fan of how her revenge played out, this episode undid all of those. I still feel the same about last episode. Don't get me wrong. I think her revenge should have been more bombastic, and it didn't really fulfill that for me. But the emotionality of this episode captured like 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, almost a perfect episode in my perfect opinion, in my personal opinion. And yeah, I mean, this episode just blew me away. And like I said, like it teared me up. And when a show can pull that type of like strong emotion in you, in a positive light, I just think like it needs to be praised. And I think that's where we were this episode. So yeah, Two Perfect Saint, episode 10, damn near perfect episode. God, I really enjoyed it. It was such a delight to watch. And this show continues to be one of the hidden gems of the season and probably of the year. It would probably be like top 3, top 5, if you watched it, like, wow, type shows of the season. And it continues to be one that I just don't hear about. I don't hear anybody talking about it. And it definitely deserves more attention. And I saw a couple of folks ask me last week in the comments, like, hey, when's it going to get a dub? No announcement for any dub or anything at all yet, but this one definitely deserves to get a dub too. Whether you like dubs or not, whatever your take is on that, I don't care. The reality is a lot of people watch dub, and a lot of people will only watch an anime if it's dub. So I think this deserves it because it'll get a wider audience, even if it's only 10% or something. Like that'll just widen its audience. I think this is a perfect candidate for a dub, and I hope it gets one. So, all right, friends, that's all I have to tell you guys. Let me know what you guys thought in this comments. That's all I have, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit me with the like button before you leave. It definitely helps me out. The likes really help me out. And when I don't get them, so let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I'll see you guys next week. Stay up. Peace out.